Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening wherever you are. The stream is about to start. Grab your favorite drink. Sit back and relax. You're chilling with HexAsians. With your host, Crypto Vince, Uncle Kevin Hex, and middle class working man.
Boom.
Howdy ho.
Boom. Yo-hoo.
Konbanwa.
Namaste, as opposed to D-Raj.
Namaste.
Namaste.
I'm a Japan island boy.
Do you want to show off your new tats?
Yeah, look at my new HexAsians. You better catch up.
Show us those dreadlocks.
Oh yeah, oh no, I ain't got
You get the shine lock.
That all fell off. So.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
All
Shout
right.
out to Hex Kong and his cameo he did with the Island Boys.
Island Boys.
It seems to be going viral because they bumped their price up on their fee for their cameo appearances, so it's taken off.
So what are these guys like? Are they just a couple of drug dealers that they found like on a street corner in San Diego or something?
No, they're actually in the Cameo app. If you look up Cameo, I think it's the same company that Maddie uses for his cameos. But
right.
If you just if you go into the search, you look up Island Boys, and they come up. And they've done other crypto promotions before as well. So yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
They did happy birthdays to some people. They do roasts, stuff like that.
Do they say, Charles Hoskins, get back to work?
Yeah, actually, they did mention Hoskinson in one of their...
Hoskinson.
It's all in good fun.
Aw.
There
You've
you
got
go,
a fan, Papa B.
I got a fan?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you got a fan.
This is so cool. Mark the date and the time.
That's it. You're going viral.
I'm gonna get on Cameo pretty soon.
Hopefully,
it's not
$10.
It's not a venereal virus, as you said. Lovely. Thank you.
So if the,
I'm like Irish Spring. I'm clean as a whistle, man.
There you go.
What? Wait, what? Oh, this is what's happened. Not the usual place. Yes. Do you want to explain yourself, Papa, or no?
I'm calling you deep from the Papa Boner's bunker downstairs. There was a bit of a scare that North Korea was going to drop a stink bomb on Tokyo and had to get out of the way for a little while. Yeah. So I'm in an undisclosed location.
Yep. Safety first. Those fan mails going to your home has to wait, right?
Yep.
Oh, all of them, yes.
Yep.
I get a snow shovel to take all the fan mail off my front porch. So embarrassing.
Got a clear path, man.
Some ladies throwing the room keys up on the stage when I appear. Others, their brassiers. Let me tell you, I can bring them in.
It's a tough job. Someone's got to do it.
I know.
Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Just have a look at the chat really quickly. I just wanted to say we don't have Crypto Vince today. Yeah, so I hope he's doing okay. Let's see. Just look at the chats. Brissology wants to identify as a HexAsian. That's completely fine. Just show us your birth certificate. That would be good. No, don't do that. Just joking. You can do whatever the hell you like. Oh, hang on. Files.
Hello.
Boom.
Hello,
Boom.
sir.
How's everybody doing?
Good, good,
What's
good.
going on, my Dominican island boy?
Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know who those people are, but yeah. No,
Well,
Neither do
I guess
I.
I'm too old, right?
looks like
Yeah.
they like each other very much. They decided, hey, let's dress up like each other.
Yeah, no worries, honestly. So, yeah. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Monday wherever they're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess all the new folks didn't join us today. That's rare.
Huh.
Whoa.
What else?
Boom.
Thank you.
There's
Thank you,
HexCom. What up,
HexCom.
HexCom?
Hey, HexCom.
What up, HexCom?
Whoa.
Whoa.
The guy that made the island boys go viral.
All right, XCOM.
Man, I guess somebody had to get some clowns in on it, right?
Don't even start, man. Don't even start. I think someone's gonna actually do it. Please.
I mean, it's a point that Mark goes to Hexican. He did a little Johnny type of video on the topic yesterday, and it's true, right? We're gonna have a bunch of weirdos make themselves known within the community, and that's fine.
Mhm.
The whole point is we have to set the standard and make sure it's maintained. It's on us because we were here first, and it doesn't depend on anybody else. So that's all people got to keep in mind, right? There's always gonna be clowns at the circus. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of clowns at the circus, King Wales, can I just tell you one interesting story today?
Sure.
So I was on the Pulse voice chat for a while, Pulse video chat, so rather, and helping some people out. And then out of nowhere, one of our friends who will remain nameless, an OG Hexican that I was with on the phone on the day that the initial opening of the AA to help him to claim his free Bitcoin worth of Hex. So I know he's an OOOOG. And then he finally pipes up and says, okay, break it down for me once and for all. Why should I have a hardware wallet?
Wow.
And I'm like, wait a minute. Hey, we're getting some echo there, King. Sorry, Wales.
Hold on.
Dude.
I'll mute. Let me.
Yeah. So this guy had the balls to, after 2 years of me barking next to him and him saying, I love you, Papa Boehner, I love you. So now you know who it is. After 2 years, this nut job reveals that he never took anything of what I said day in, day out, seriously.
Oh,
So the whole chat just like jumped all over him and said, you're like, you're banned from this chat until you get your damn 2 hardware wallets, you bonehead. It's like, oh yeah.
God.
He says, because he's an OG. Imagine the size of his wallet and the value that he's just sitting there on MetaMask with one password between him and losing all of his shit.
Jesus. That's like, it makes me think of it honestly makes me think of what do you call it? A person just in the water bleeding with a fucking a school of sharks just swimming around them, just waiting, waiting for them to slip up one time. That's all it takes.
And could you imagine the attacker gets that stack and dumps it right on our heads? So it behooves us to bring our brother into the fold and say, dude, get your shit wired tight, man. This is disgusting.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, it's kind of funny, right? Because it's kind of like, I think what makes this so dangerous is the simple fact that this is like a video game, right? You got people that are kind of tied in, and they've been tied in, but they still don't get a lot of factors of the game. And just because they've been playing the game for a long time doesn't mean they're good at it, right? They just are
Yeah.
able to stay alive long enough to still be playing. So,
I've never been trapped inside the panty vending machine. I've always been able to get my hand back out.
there you go.
No, Papa.
I remember
Papa,
those
I've just got a
machines,
funny-
too.
No, I just want to clarify. Papa went into a machine that is broken, and he's the one handing them out.
Oh, yeah.
No,
That makes sense, actually.
Got it. I'm the repairman. I'm the panty
Oh my God.
capsule repairman. Thank you.
That's it. A title befitting your demeanor, sir.
Thank you.
Oh
Which
my
one? Which
God.
one you want? B5? All right, let me shake it loose. No, let me get my hand up in there. Oh, damn! The capsule came undone again. Oh no.
Oh, man.
Would you accept a C11? This B5 is really tough to get.
You know, it's funny. I don't think I've seen one of those machines in a while.
Oh, they got the last time I saw them was like 20 years ago in Ikebukuro.
Yeah,
And I would take visitors I would bring in from, first thing in Ikebukuro, we'd tour around and I'd say, here's the seedy underbelly of Japan. Go ahead, take a look, take your pictures. There it is.
I was upset that they got rid of right there in Omotesando. They used to have that condom mania or whatever right there on the corner.
Condomania, up at the corner, a little triangle store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Oh,
That
it's
was like a
gone.
landmark.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Where else am I going to get my condom lollipops?
Condom balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought all condoms were balloons, or all
Yeah.
balloons were condoms. I can't remember anymore.
A sandwich is a taco, but a taco is not necessarily a sandwich.
Right?
Condoms are balloons. Hey, in his tight
Good
spot,
point,
you'll use
sir.
a balloon.
Good point, sir.
Tell me you guys haven't been in that situation where you got a balloon and you got a choice to make.
What?
You'll take the balloon before you give it up, right?
You're gonna have to. Yeah. If it's like if you have to question it, you should probably side on the side of caution, or err on the side of caution. Yeah.
Err on the side of caution. Yeah.
You don't want to get caught slipping.
This is correct. Japan has vending machines for the vending machines. That's funny. It's true. We love our Jido Hanbaiki over
It
here.
makes sense for the place like Japan because everything is so neat and organized and all of that.
Oh yeah.
I don't really see too many beer vending machines anymore.
Nah, I seen them the last time was in Europe.
Yeah, Miss Exquisites remembers that condomania as well.
Oh yeah. It was an institution. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, Sandy B likes the rubber glove option because you can always get 5 uses out of it.
Oh man.
I don't want to know your past escapades. It just doesn't sound good.
What do you mean? What do you mean past?
Right?
I guess
Why do you think I can't? Why do you think I can't show you my webcam?
I guess once you get down to the thumb of the glove, that means your Viagra is wearing off.
Oh, gee.
Oh,
Crap.
oh, sex agents.
Oh boy.
Damn,
You
we had
guys.
some fun under the string.
You know it's a slow news week again, right? When we're talking about this stuff.
We're just waiting for PulseChain. We're waiting for just all the good things that are coming, right? And all we
That's
can
the
do is-
sound of the men waiting on the pulse
There you
chain.
There you go.
Well, already
Shit.
1 month. October is pretty much over with, so we got hopefully maybe 60 days out.
Yeah, man.
More or
We'll
less.
see. It's looking good for the future, right? kind of crazy. But it's already been 5 to 6 months since they started working on PulseChain, something like that.
Yep.
All right, so
Yep.
not looking too bad. The whole idea hasn't fallen apart yet. Things are still in motion, so that's always a good sign. And I think that we'll just wake up one day, no matter where we're at, and it'll just be live. That's what I'm expecting, because I feel like Richard says one thing, and it's not like he tries to mislead or anything. It's just shit happens, like with the testnet launch. Like, he literally has said 2 weeks, minutes before the shit was live.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you got to take it as it comes, and just be ready and be ready to take action, because you just don't know what's going to be what.
Yeah, there's the shop right there. Yep. That's gone.
Have a nice day, guys.
Never seen that.
Have a nice
before.
day. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is that the one? Yeah, I guess that's the one.
That's funny.
Oops. Why was it doing that?
My first job in Japan was in Omotesando.
No surprise, Bob.
Actually, Harajuku proper, right next
So,
to Tokyo Street.
question: is that store still open? Because I know people over there just don't reproduce anymore.
No, it's
Yeah, that's
gone.
probably why
It's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gone.
no
Probably why they
surprise.
got rid of it.
Yeah, no surprise.
They're like, we don't need to be promoting safe sex. We need these people to be having babies out here. So let's get rid of
Right,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though that's not working either, but you guys
Who
will get
needs
it one day.
condoms? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's kind of
So
crazy.
now
man.
we've got what, AI wives or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
What they
gee,
got.
that's the most
Oh,
ridiculous
yeah.
thing ever. Can you believe that shit?
I honestly
No, I
cannot,
can
but
believe it. But go ahead.
I'm not even surprised. Like, it's just weird.
Oh, they got the little. There's this little ballerina freaking manga girl that hovers in that
yeah.
little holographic
Yeah.
little thing on your table, and it calls you at work, and it asks you how you're doing.
Yeah. Koshichi-sama. Okaeri.
Welcome home.
Welcome home, master. My
No,
God.
thank you. This
So
whole
pathetic.
this whole notion of wanting to be superior and all this weird shit people got going on. I mean, it's just weird, bro. Like,
No, it's remember, it's Joy from Blade Runner.
Joy from I haven't seen the movie in too long.
Oh my gosh, you got to see the sequel. Oh my God, it's great.
Oh, is it? Huh.
Oh yeah, and I'm a huge Blade Runner fan, and
Yeah,
that
if you
sequel
were a fan of
was
the
very nice.
original and you think the sequel's good, then that's something, right? Because sequels usually suck, especially when
I
they're 20
agree.
years apart.
I agree, but this one was really decent. If you take it apart, I thought it really held up nicely. I thought that it showed that the director was really in love with the original.
Perfect.
And knew what it was about. And Harrison Ford, when he read the script, he came back out and he says, this is probably the best script that I've read ever. So he took it, and it's this is a great movie. I liked it a lot.
Nice.
I'm a big dystopian, futuristic movie fan. That's why I found myself in Tokyo, actually, because
Really?
over here I'm living it every day.
Jeez.
Oh.
That's so true.
I know. I think on Cabana's show, Wales and the guys on the show were talking about Dune, and I watched the new Dune movie. That was pretty good too. I liked it.
Yeah, cool. I want to see that too.
Yeah, I heard it was good. Exactly as Crypto King just alluded to. Yeah, I haven't seen. I think I saw the one that was just made, I don't remember, 10, 15 years ago, whatever it was, 20 years ago at this point. But I hadn't read the book. But apparently it ties in really well with the book, which is usually Dune, which is what you want to.
No, not Doom. Yeah, June.
Like
June.
June.
Dune.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I played the game.
Yeah, I like the David Lynch one, the De Laurentiis version, the extended one with Sting and Patrick Stewart and everybody. That was freaking great. I thought that was great. But it didn't do well in the box office, of course.
Yeah, of course not.
They actually made action figures for it.
Really?
Oh,
yes.
Is that Tom? Is that one? Is that one of Uncle's fellow?
I'm not sure.
No, we're not sure.
So
Come on in on Thursday, man. Come in
meet
on
them at the
Thursday.
Jolly Bee, or what do they have
Jolly
out there?
Bee. We do have Jolly Bee, but it's not from Singapore. It's from the Philippines.
Hey, sorry, just before you do, hey, Tom, I don't know if you've joined t.me/Hex Singapore. If you're not there, just come and join us there. And
Sure.
we stream on Thursday nights, 9 o'clock local time. And just come in and say hi, man. Just come and hang out with us, and just have some fun. Really, that's all it is.
Just like we're doing now.
Indeed.
Yep.
Mhm.
We'll be doing a lot of this over here.
Man,
Come on, son.
Okay, so let's switch to some of the efforts
please.
to grow the HexAsian community that Richard says is non-existent. Thank you, Joakim Christensen. He sent me the PDF of this book, and I told him I would buy a couple. So here, I bought one. The Hex community, HexAsians, thanks to Crypto Vince, we funded the Chinese translation for that.
Nice.
And also right now, Miss Hexquisite is working on the Japanese translation. So thank you for that. And we look forward to probably getting some more languages done. Probably Korean, Vietnamese, Hindi for India. Yeah.
Nice.
We're growing slowly but surely.
Yeah, it takes time, right? Especially when you're talking about languages that are so distinct from English or just Romance languages. It's very at a basic level, right? Like English and everything else in Asia is just so distinct. So everything has to be brought down to a very basic level so people can understand exactly what is being relayed. It's really not as simple as dropping it in the Google Translate, unfortunately, because it just doesn't work well. You know, as much as we want it to. Yeah.
No, sir, it does not work well.
Nope.
It does not.
Yeah, because some of the
Spanish,
Japanese some of the Japanese saw like a Google Translate of that PDF, and they're like, "This is horrible."
Yeah.
So I was like, "We need to do it right."
Why would you even try that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, I honestly don't know. But I mean, you know, some things it does translate well, so I kind of get it. But overall, nah, it just doesn't do a good job. So,
Yep.
you know, best to have a proper translation no matter what the topic is, because it's just not going to come across correctly.
Yeah, HexCon, the company that I'm using to do that we paid to do the language translation for Chinese, they chose to do simplified Chinese. I guess that's a wider, more people know that. Yeah. So I initially said Mandarin, but they suggested simplified Chinese for the translation.
That will do.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, covers right. It covers a big swath of the Chinese population because they read and speak that shit. I got a friend that's Chinese. Their family's from Hong Kong, right? They came down from the mainland to Hong Kong back in the day. Ultimately, ended up in the States, and he did do it. And they speak Cantonese, but they also know simplified Chinese and whatnot. Because I guess it's just part of the game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure we're putting out, Hex is such a great product. So we want everything that's behind it to bring on new members of the community. We want to make sure the product that we're putting out there is top notch. So, yep.
As always,
that's what we're doing.
As always, it's just how we roll, right?
Yep.
And that's exactly what I mean. You can have whoever enter the community. Doesn't matter. What matters is that you maintain the standard because you've been around since day one, and you let others know that this is the standard and we don't take anything less. That's all. We're here to provide valuable information. We're here to do the right things. We're not here to sell anything. So it's a little different, right? Most people aren't used to that. So it's just something unique that people are going to have to learn about the Hexican community once they come across it. Because people just aren't used to this notion of operating from abundance, right? Like that is scarce. That is rare. That is something that people are going to find and it's not going to make sense to them. So that's where people will have to receive the most education, in my opinion.
Yes, indeed.
Sounds exactly like it.
There you go.
All is welcome as long as you're not an ask. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I know.
that's a fact. I wasn't asked until I decided to not be, and that's why I'm welcome. Because I can be a dick, let me tell you. But you
I
just
can
can't
I
beat
can
me.
I can attest to that.
There you go. And you just be careful what you attest to, Papa. Just saying.
I didn't say a test. I said a testicle.
Good comeback.
Come back, excuse me.
Break this down, man. This looks great. Oh, no, I don't know what it looks like. Actually, go ahead. Middle class.
No
Is
idea.
this your charting here?
Yep. So I think last week we said it tested 200-day EMA, 21 cents. This particular chart at least says it's penetrated that. I think if you're on a desktop vision, it doesn't show that. It doesn't go that far. I think it goes as low as like 22 or something.
Yeah,
like that. I'm not sure.
A little bit above 22. A little bit above 22. Might be 23, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but long story short, if we still get more sellers, people's lives are getting changed, that sort of thing. And if they're not using a limit order, the price will just go lower. That's just how it is.
Here's what's cool though about it's kind of funny because this is gonna sound weird, but people selling hex, however they sell it, is actually supremely bullish because guess what? That's an intent. Right, it's not just some thing sitting on a centralized exchange where the exchange is determining what they decide, the price to do. And I think that that's important because it kind of separates what we're used to seeing as far as price action from what's normal in our minds, and I think that's important because when you're looking at the price action on that chart, it gives you a couple of things that you don't normally get from looking at any other ticker, right? Number one is a simple fact that the price action you're seeing is real, right? It's not made up. It's not provided by some exchange based on whatever they want to do or want to show or whatever the case is, right? Like you saw what happened, or most of us saw what happened over the weekend with Binance and Bitcoin, right? That's not a coincidence, right? That's by design, and that happens more often than not, and it happens to people both ways, right? Like if you're long and the market is going short, you're clearly going to get liquidated. If you're long and the market is going long, guess what? You can get liquidated too. So this is why it's important to understand all these little different things and whatnot and why they're important and just things that don't seem relevant, they really are because you don't control the system and markets are not controllable. Like this is why you'll see markets pumping and dump, right? Or dumping and rip because people cannot control what actually happens. That's a false narrative. What they can do is manipulate a point in time, a price action at a point in time. That's what they can do, and that's what they do. That's why they continuously have to supply capital to the gold short, for example. Like that happens by them lending out their supply of gold. So they're constantly adding, right, to that supply that supposedly is limited. But in reality, they're just making markets that don't need to be made, thus suppressing the price, right? Like it's all of these things that you don't see that actually matter. So it's kind of weird because when people like me talk to you about them, you're like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about, but it sounds like bullshit because I've never seen it before. But that's exactly why. Because you've never seen it, you're not looking for it, and they don't want you to see it. That's why I go through the process of showing you all these things. And I've shown the language before that allows people to kind of see, verbatim from the beast itself what they opt to do. And that's in power two of their powers, right? Like they literally have the ability to suppress the value of the item that backs supposed fiat currency. So it's kind of
So
wild.
Wells, Ben in the chat says, "Yo, Wales, you still standing by your $1.98 by end of year?"
Yeah, man. I mean, it's all math. It's not up to me. If the system decides to do it, then it does it. If it doesn't, oh well. Like ain't no sweat off my back. I already own Hex, so I'm good out of the way.
Yep.
So
Right on.
you can't lose. All you need to do is buy and stake Hex. I mean, it doesn't matter where it ends at the end of the year. Just look at that chart. If you have any lack of confidence in where it's going to be at a certain point in time, you can look at that chart and rest assured that it's going to be higher at some point, because clearly it only does one thing. So might seem far or unimaginable to those of you that are new and have only been accustomed to, the promised coin space. But over here, when math dictates something, that's typically how it's going to go down. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful of that.
Yep.
Especially if you're trying to use some Hex for some, end of year thing. You know how people are, try to plan and spend money that they don't even got yet. So just be careful with that, because the market doesn't care. The market could literally wait till December 31st and go from 30 cents to $1.98. It could literally do that.
Yep.
That's not a stretch. So market buyers be advised, or market participants be advised.
We've seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
Just about to say, I want to shout out to Edwin, please.
Yeah, Edwin. Yeah, shout out out there in the Philippines. What's up? I think I heard. I don't know if it was on the Pulse chat or a stream when someone was talking about, one Ethereum only gets you one pulse, but if you sacrifice that Ethereum, you could end up with hundreds of pulse. So I was people are still talking about, go ahead and throw your ETH in and get a little small bag of pulse. I'm like, I don't.
Please don't sacrifice now. Do not sacrifice anymore. It's not because I don't want you to participate. It's that I don't want you guys to get 100x worse price than what I got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because you got a lot of people out there promoting misinformation that nobody in the community has approved. And a lot of people that are new are getting sucked into this misinformation by a nondescript actor that isn't even a member of the Hexan community, and in fact wants to receive funds for their time to debate the misinformation that they're presenting, which is funny. Because again, full rules will be everywhere, and it's on us to ensure that they stay full rules. If you give people importance that can't even confirm or corroborate any of the information that they're presenting, well, I'll tell you one thing: they're not a Pulse community member, and they're definitely not a motherfucking Hexican. So be careful where you get your information from. Right? That's what makes the difference between a full rule and a person that actually has a fucking clue. Right? Now, everybody has a clue until they don't. Right? And having a clue is knowing that you don't know and proceeding from that vantage point, because it is a vantage point. When you don't know, that means you know something that you didn't know. And that thing is you realizing you didn't know what the fuck you didn't know. It sounds kind of redundant, but trust me, that's important. Because if you don't know what you don't know, you're going to think you know some shit that is false. And the market or whatever is going to make you pay for that misunderstanding. And the universe doesn't care. Doesn't care at all. So, be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Be sure that the information you're relying on is verifiably true. Because even the information I relay, it ain't my information. I'm merely passing it on, and I'm showing you where I'm getting it from. So it's definitely not my information. Very important. Very important people understand that. It's about you knowing what you're doing and why you're doing it. Not about you listening to somebody on some damn internet. That's not what this is about. So just wanted to say that.
Yep.
Damn internet.
Reminder, King. What?
The damn internet.
Oh. Yeah, good reminder, Crypto King. Don't share your seed phrase, blah, blah, blah. Just don't say, hi, are you a Hexican? Can you help me? I put my seed words in my wallet and the balance is 0. Can I try yours?
No.
Don't.
Be right
Don't.
there.
No admins or no support desk or anything like that should be asking you for those seed words, or so please do not fall for that.
So these guys are so good that if you type like MetaMask on Twitter, you know, they would DM you, you know, do you need some help? No. With your seed words. Yeah.
Yeah, you
These
literally
guys are
can't
good.
type MetaMask
Yeah.
on Twitter. You cannot.
Yeah. Do not do that. Do not type MetaMask on Twitter. These guys are good.
Wow. Hey, Crypto King, where did you see this?
Oh, that's near on base. That's the young man we were talking about earlier. That's his
Nice.
wife's car, but he's got the pulse lamp inside. In his car, he's got the hex lamp. Yeah.
Nice. Not playing games.
I think I gotta do that on my car, man. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a good way to. I mean, sometimes they think he's a taxi, but
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, just make sure it's not red. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great way to show get people ready to be familiar with eventually hopefully will be the logos on mainstream TV and like, hey, I just saw a car with that logo on it. We need to find out what that is. And there you go.
Please make sure that you got some like really sturdy 3M permanent double-sided tape because in a collision we don't want that thing rattling around and bonking you in the face or something. You know that would be bad news.
Right. I'm sure some double-sided tape will hook that up.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Huts Crypto for the crypto lamp if anyone wants it. It's Huts Crypto.
Yeah, I'll put the
link,
the Telegram in there, and
t.me/hut_crypto, I think, or Hut Crypto.
Hut Crypto.
No T.
No T.
Yeah, he has a weird spelling for it on purpose. I remember him telling me about that.
Interesting.
There you go. Boop.
Pulse Cab.
Pulse cabs. They're coming. You guys got to understand, right? Just like there's Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that, there's going to be hex this, hex that. Because everybody is going to just react the same way to it, right? It's the next best thing, blah, 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 blah. So get ready for all the weirdos, man. They're going to come out. Just understand that the inner circle are the people that stream and seem to be the outside faces to what's going on here. So it's on you, current and present Hexicans, right, to maintain the standard and ensure that people understand that marketing is marketing and nothing further, right? Because at the end of the day, one individual doesn't change a whole community. So don't forget that. Bang, bus, there you go.
Lord.
Put the lamps on it. Well, that's probably a good thing.
That's like in the late 90s, man. That I don't know.
Yeah, that's old, bro. That's real old. Incredible, right?
So
how far we've come.
All
aboard the
bang bang.
Bang bang.
Bang bang.
Bang bang.
Bang bang bus.
Shout out to Kareem.
Yeah, all right. Too fucking funny, man.
Oh man.
And this is why our streams are better, because we always have fun.
Hey, would you take $500 for rent for just a bus ride? I should do that.
No.
The acting is so hard.
Yeah, well, It's a pity that no pornos ever won an Academy Award for you there, Wales. But
it happens, man. Even
yeah.
you know what's funny? Even some of the films that are worthy don't win them, so it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, doesn't make a difference really.
Wow, look at him singing on that golden mic.
Where's D when you need him?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Face.
Oh man. Oh man.
Wow.
Shout out to D, man.
Nah, hope you're doing okay, D. I was about to also say shout out to Hex Philippines as well. I think I made a little short clip, but D's not here, so he probably won't. I suppose you can watch it. So I'll
you
just
could set it up. You could
I'll roll it.
set it up. I think the whole setup about this clip is this the one with the cars? Yeah, I think someone was mentioning like Super Hex, you should ride your Lambo around in the Philippines. I think Super Hex said it's maybe it's a little bit hard to drive around in the Philippines. Well, I think this clip will show you that's not the case. Roll.
Hi, baby! Shit! Oh my god, you're so beautiful! Oh my god!
Oh, tangina! Oh, siya, tinabol ng OD, oh. Ayun.
Ay, violet! Oh my god!
Puta lang ng dami. Ayun pa, oh.
Imagine all the people
Grabe!
Dami.
Ganda ng violet!
Wala ko na video, ha?
There you go.
That was hilarious.
Beautiful.
Oh man.
Hey, baby, you're so beautiful.
Hey, baby.
Oh, too funny, man. Yeah. That is classic. I hadn't seen that shit.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Shout out to our Philippine Island boys.
Philippine Island.
Is this going to be a thing next week? Because I hope it isn't.
I think everybody will forget about them by next week.
I think today's the
Get it
next
out of your
week will be Halloween.
Exactly. Get it out of your system now.
Yeah, there you go.
Straight up.
I have to go get my tattoos removed before next stream.
Oh.
Oh man, yeah, that's just pretty funny. You know, it's kind of funny when you think about it, right? You got people that claim to not want to be identified and all that shit, but what do? Go give themselves an easily identifiable marker that's permanent on their body. You got to realize that's not smart, guys, right? I mean, hey, I grew up in the streets and I got a tattoo, but at least the shit ain't visible. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, let me just give myself an easily identifiable target for the world to see. Yeah, just not smart. And that's how you know these people are fake, right? Like, that literally makes zero street sense. So be careful, once again, who you think is popular and shit like that. You might just be fooled, right? Even people can be memes. And this is true of a lot of the things you see on TV. It's true of most of the things you see go viral, right? Some things go viral for a very good reason. It's not because it's popular. It's because somebody wants it to go viral. So understand why Hex is still gatekept and why it's not viral yet, right? People like to act like this shit is going to ever really become a fucking Bitcoin. And sure, it might, but not in the way that you think. It's going to become a Bitcoin by force. Not because the powers that be are promoting it. Like, don't be moronic. Nobody wants you to be financially free. Wake the fuck up. This is why all the employment moved over from A to B X years ago, and now it's moving again, right? Like, the cost of labor is what matters. And the smarter you get, the more it's going to hop from A to B. This is why I left America in the 50s and 60s. This is why people like Papa B have to live in Japan. Outside of the fact that that's where they work. Outside of the fact that you got people like, because Crypto King, right? Living in Japan as well. I've lived overseas. People that are American make more have a easier way of finding a job, b could even have a better standard of living just by c being overseas. Crazy but true, right? And that's a function of understanding how the international economic space works, right? A lot of the things that you see just aren't real. They just, you just got to get used to that because that's just the case. Why else would you need to watch a Hex Asian stream to learn about Hex? Why else would you need to watch me or anybody else? You don't know any of us, so you got to think about that, right? A lot of the shit that they do is on purpose. It's not by the, not even on purpose, but by design. Better yet. So understand that crap like them kids, it's just crap. It literally doesn't mean anything because that shit is just a speed bump and a long ride to the top, right? Like, like most of you guys might not know, but there was a shit ton of clowns promoting Bitcoin too. Just like there was a shit ton of clowns promoting BitConnect, and just like there's still a shit ton of clowns promoting Bitcoin, right? There's always going to be a shit ton of clowns promoting something. Doesn't mean it's good, doesn't mean it's bad, but that's on you to do your homework. You see, it's not on that clown to actually educate you because clowns aren't there to educate. So know the difference when you're watching something or whatever the case is, right? Just understand what's actually happening because if you don't, that's when you get caught slipping. So that's the end of my PSA.
Yep.
Sounds good. Hey, Papa, do you've got any stories from Pulse Chat, Hex Chat, Voice
Oh
Chat?
my goodness! Oh,
Please don't.
there's so many, but I mean, what I don't want to give a synopsis where I want people to come in and actually experience it for themselves on the Pulse voice chat on Telegram. Please come stop by, all you OGs and newbies that are watching the show now. Come on in, speak your mind, listen to others. There's a lot of very intelligent people there kicking around a lot of ideas about PulseChain. A lot of Hexicans there to testify to how things went down with Hex, to lend their hand to the new people that are listening in the chat. There's a bit of a divide between the streamers, the OGs, and a lot of the new people that gravitate to Pulse Chat. So please come in and bridge that divide and lend your wisdom to the new people. I think it's very valuable.
Well, I think the problem there probably is the simple fact that you got a bunch of people that think they're in crypto or not, and are coming over to our community and realizing that maybe they don't have a fucking clue. Because I've been in the PulseChain chat, and that's exactly what I ran into: people that just don't have a fucking clue.
Yeah, but I know, but we're trying to educate them. There are people that get a little bit off track and don't know exactly what they have. Some people come on in and they're like, "I just bought this. What did I buy? I just sacrificed for this. What is it?"
What is
And it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's like they're still in the mentality of throwing darts at a dartboard, and that's not Pulse. Pulse, there's not going to be any more Pulse minted. They're all called for now. It's a deflationary, chain asset. It's a coin. It's going to be freaking amazing, but you have to know the power of what you signed up for, potentially signed up for.
Yeah, that's
or
the biggest
indirectly.
issue, right? Yeah, but that's the biggest issue. A lot of people are out here thinking that they're buying something. They're not buying anything, right? They're making a claim based on a whole bunch of other shit, and people just don't understand that. And that's the problem, because like when people like me are telling you not to sacrifice, is because you don't understand what you're doing when you're sacrificing, right? A lot of people honestly believe that they're getting a specific price. They don't understand that that's not exactly what's going on. And that's the problem. I mean, you got all these non-community members promoting that narrative because they're non-community members. If they were, they can be promoting the correct narrative. So it's very simple to distinguish an actual community member from a non-community member, right? Just based on the information that they're sharing, because nobody in Hex is looking to give misinformation. And anybody that's been around longer than a week knows that, right? So it's taking into account all of these obvious things, important, because at the end of the day, you're going to be making a decision based on all this outside information that you're gathering, because you don't actually know. right? If you knew, you wouldn't be watching any of this shit. Pretty simple.
Oh.
So
Speaking of just don't know, can we go back to the price action? And Wales, would you opine about the where we're hitting this kind of sell off around 34 cents we hit today,
mm-hmm.
and that was great, and we're kind of inching up on those wicks, which is good. Then somebody just insists on dropping their pants and pissing all over it, and that person will be exhausted out of their hex long in short order, and
Mm-hmm.
then they'll be left behind. We know this to be true.
Yeah.
But what could potentially be the impetus to do this? Why would somebody do that before the snapshot?
You got to think that they just want the fiat. I honestly don't like. I don't have a logical answer because when you're sitting here and you're looking at everything that's happened in the past, every time this type of trading activity happens, what occurs is that Hex just takes off immediately after. Never fails. So this is exactly why people get left behind, just like you said. And again, right, I think the most important thing to realize when people are selling Hex is that they're selling it with the intention to sell it. It's not just some random occurrence on a chart like on Bitcoin or Ethereum. This is deliberate sellers looking to exit the system, and they will have to come in and pay higher prices if they come back in. I think that's important because whoever a big seller is, they're going to have to buy higher. They're not going to have some, you know, back door into getting them size again. Like that's it. Once you relinquish your position in Hex, as soon as you do, you're screwed. All the price has to do is take a couple ticks up, and that's it. You're done. You're out. You're never gonna recover that position ever again because now you're gonna need all of that capital minus the fees just to recover that position entirely. And the fees are clearly 1,000x, 10,000x relative to where they used to be. So that's not gonna be possible. I mean, I don't
I
know.
see.
It feels kind of obvious to me, but it's clearly not, right? Because if it was, a lot of people wouldn't be selling something before he's about to get a copy. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yep. No, that's
Why
yeah. I
would you?
suppose if you
Why would you
no.
give away a double, right?
Well, I was about to say unless you really need the money. If you really
Right.
need the money, then please, by
It's
all
not gonna
means.
matter, yeah. But that's the point,
Mhm.
right? Like there's no logical explanation. Like you either need it or I don't know.
You just want out.
Yeah, you just want out. Like where is it to go? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh,
that's I
Yeah,
think that's the biggest question I think everybody should ask themselves. Like, why is this person selling? Where's the money supposed to go? And we all know the answer is nowhere because there's nowhere for the money to go unless it's going to be spent because it's not going to generate the same ROI.
yep. I mean, check this out. I think, like I mentioned last show, that I have people that I told about Hex before it was, even a penny. And these same four individuals, they come to the office and they stand around, and I'm in the corner in by my desk, and I hear them talking about a meme coin, and I'm like, oh my god! And they still have zero Hex. I'm like, yo guys, I handed you the greatest asset known to man, and you're sitting here talking about freaking a meme coin. I'm like,
You
good
know
luck.
what's
They're
funny?
like, yeah, go ahead.
No. Go ahead, finish, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, they talk about, yeah, I can't wait till it gets to a penny. I'm like, oh my god, I got 60 million of these. If it goes to a penny, it's over. I'm like,
oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
god.
they just don't understand the probability of that happening. It's like zero,
yeah,
right? Because what's funny, and this is why I was laughing when you was talking earlier, is that at the end of the day, people want to be the ones that find that thing. They don't care that they're told about it by somebody else. And it's gonna sound stupid. It's gonna sound stupid, but just think about it and bear with me because it seems to be the case. Because I gotta tell you, I don't understand it either, and I've been in this game for so long. But that's just what it is. Like you can tell somebody, hey, and this is why I tell people, like it doesn't matter if somebody gives away the secret sauce, and the reason why is because the odds of out of 1,000 people, 100 actioning that thing and making it invalid is like zero. The reality is out of 1,000 people, 10 people might take action, one person might see it through. That's the reality of the data. And this has been seen time and time again. So you can literally give out the secret to how to get rich, even though it's not a secret, and people still aren't going to follow it.
Yeah.
Because they're going to think that this scarcity vantage point is, is the ticket, and it's not, man. It's crazy.
Yep. Right on, Finbear. I mean, it's clear. I know I got some of the same fellow HexAsians that are watching that know exactly who I'm talking about. You could tell who are hexagons or HexAsians at the office and who are not. The guys that are talking about this 1 cent dream of a meme coin, they're not hexagons at all. HexAsians, nothing. And then you got the gentleman with the pulse in his, you showed the picture earlier with the pulse lamp in his car. He's loving life. He's such, you could just, he's happy. He knows he's in a good place.
And that's what it's about, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Talking about being happy, I was just for fun. I don't know if anyone's actually been onto our cryptocurrency on Reddit just for fun, and then you see all these people who are a little bit angry at a certain point. It's like there's little simple posts like complaining like, can you tell me guys, why are you taking profits now, or something along those lines, because obviously it's doing a double top, or at least trying to make a double top now, and from the rest of the promised space, and they were like, can you tell me why are you doing this? And then I'm like, oh my god, they're so far behind, right? Like,
yeah, right, it's a shit show.
It's so funny. It's like, when do you sell? When's the perfect signal? When's this? And it's like, why are you selling? And then people's response are funny, right? Do you not know 2017, or that sort of shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And then my response will be simple, and I'll say something like, why don't you just sell the interest that you make and never lose your position in crickets? Like, they don't get that.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
That's literally as simple as it gets.
Yep. You just never lose your original position. You don't just go. You don't go all in on something and then you go all out. You don't do that. That's what you do in a casino.
That's what people are used to doing, though. Middle class. That's the thing, right? People can't think past their nose in most cases because they're too busy not thinking, brother. They're too busy doing what they think they know works, and they're not sitting there and thinking, how can I change my life? Right? Because that shit is the biggest question that we all have to answer. And most people, they just don't want to answer it. Most people just want to sit there and take whatever the hell is given to them. That's a fact. And that's what separates people like me from people like them. People like us from people like them. You sit there, you take action. You don't sit there and let somebody tell you what to do. This is why hexagons own Hex. Period. Because no hexagon was listening to some schmuck tell them what's a good coin and what's not a good coin when they clearly don't fucking know themselves. Because you see their tweets. What coin will go 10x in the next 30 days? Blah, 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 blah. Right? Like, they don't even fucking know. They got to ask all these randoms on the internet to tell them. Like, that's what's really going on. So,
and the beautiful part is you're taking advice from losers. You're not taking advice from winners at all.
They're not even winning. That's the whole funny thing. Like, they got to ask you for the fucking trick because they don't know. Right? Now, you don't hear anybody that streams in Hex asking you for any tips and tricks. We're just having a good time, speaking to the facts, watching everybody get rich, and applauding as they do so. That's literally all we're doing. I mean, damn, how good of a community is that? Think about it. You're just literally sitting there watching all these guys, and let me tell you, there's nothing better than watching people younger than me retire, because that tells me I made the right move. because eventually I'm gonna follow in their footsteps, even though they're younger than me. That's fucking powerful, man.
Yep.
Talking about going back to the future, right? That's like going back to the future almost.
Yeah, like Matty McFly with his DeLorean
Exactly.
with the Hex US road trip.
He's younger than me, and he's fucking retired. So there you go.
Yep. I want to shout out to Valiant Brand, belated happy birthday. The young man, he just turned 25, and like Wells is talking about, Valiant is one of those retired young adults, young Hexicans that are making shit happen. Yep.
There you go, man. That's it.
Well done.
Yeah, a massive shout out to him, right? He's pretty much in every chat. This is one of the few he doesn't see because it's fucking 7 a.m. where he lives, right? Like, he
usually shows up. He
sometimes does show up, but you know, we gotta cut him a little slack, right? I mean, it's 7 a.m.
Well, it's real early here.
Sometimes you have to sleep in with the girlfriend and wife and the missus and the kids and whatnot.
Yep. Sure to that. I have to say goodnight to everyone. Yep. Gotta drop off.
All right, Kev.
See you guys.
Be well. Be well, Kevin.
Take care.
Yeah, I remember when I was 25, I was a schmuck.
I was away.
What do you mean was?
Yeah, exactly. Imagine that. Imagine I'm saying was because I think I'm so much better now. But in reality, that might not be the case, right?
Now you're just a rich schmuck, that's all.
There you go.
What's this? I can't read this.
I'm glad I wasn't 25 last century. Because then I wouldn't have that many 5 cycles left in me. I got at least 2.
Nah. Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, I got at least 2, maybe 3. We'll take that.
I got 2 before my penis stops working.
There you go. I definitely got 2 before I get there. The third is subject to be determined. There you go. Oh man.
Yep. No, sounds good.
Excuse me.
What's this? What?
25. I was pissed every night. What?
What?
Pissed means drunk.
Okay,
yes.
Gotcha.
Okay.
European term. Yeah, Crypto 303 said LOL, so I know he's from the UK, so that must be what it means.
Yeah.
Dorsey's using the captain from the Fu Eulogy video. You see his avatar? The fuck is this?
Oh man, that shit is so good. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I love that Cabana and his captain. The fuck is this? That's funny as shit.
Oh man, we got a pretty solid community, man. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
And I missed who was it that did Freddie and the was it Big K did the shake and bake or steak and bake or something?
Steak and bake, yes. Freddie, Big K, David Feeder, and damn it, who's the fourth person? I always have a problem remembering the last person.
I don't know. Was it Cookie Boys? I don't know.
No, it wasn't Cookie Boys. Jesus, it's somebody I know too. That's the thing that it's annoying me because I know who this person is, but I just can never remember the last person to a set.
Cabana, Motley.
Nah, it wasn't Motley. Was it Motley? I don't think it was Motley.
Yash.
No, it wasn't Yash. Let's see. I'm gonna find it. I'm pretty sure it was on Freddie's channel.
Tangent.
That's it. See,
Yeah,
I was talking to Tangent yesterday. See, so I knew somebody out there.
Finn Bear came in.
Finn Bear joined.
Yeah, Finn Bear put out there. It was Tangent, I guess. Yeah, right on.
I'm probably gonna be on the next one naturally. You know, they can only have but so many people on at once, right?
Yeah, freaking Big K breaking out some hardware. I was like, what the hell is that?
Man. I don't
go
that kind of hard. Yeah, I don't go that hard, bro. Like that shit is hard work.
It was I think it was a Gucci. It had Gucci label on it. I'm like, oh
Gucci, yep, it was a Gucci dab joint. Yep.
Yeah,
I was like,
so,
what
yeah.
the fuck? I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah.
I was impressed. Like that was some luxury item I would spend money on
Yeah,
for sure.
look pretty cool.
Yeah, man, it was cool as fuck. But that's what it's about, right? People just doing what they want and having fun, and doing it in a way that's not disrespectful to others and shit like that, right? Because it's not about doing what you want; it's about doing what's right,
Yep.
right? And doing what's right is typically what works best, because that's what yields the best result anyway. Even though you don't think it benefits you, the reality is that it does. Trust me, I used to think it did. But once you start acting from that positive vantage point, you can't lose.
Hey, Wales,
Yeah.
you had me at Gucci Dab Joint. Where can I get one of those?
I don't know. that's Big K. He's a specialist, man. You asking the wrong guy.
Right on.
I just use paper, bro. I'm old school. Paper or glass. Like I don't have the skills for all that other shit.
I mean, the hex community has so many different genres and flavors of streams. I mean,
Yeah. A lot of people don't know this, but I watch these guys from time to time. We got people that are agorists, right? Basically living off the land, and they do Hexican streams. We got Hexicans that are agorists, and most people don't even know this.
Nope.
Like, how cool is that? You have your own in-community fucking farming specialist that you can reach out to directly and get whatever information from. Like, how cool is that? We cover the whole spectrum literally. From people like David Fetter and Richard Hart all the way down, or all the way to the other side of the spectrum, to freaking agorists. Like, that's real shit.
Yeah, shout out to CJ, the producer from Rogue News. He's big in the hemp industry, so he's got his own company doing that the good old hemp.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And he's a Hexican as well. So
that's a lost skill, right? Most people can't grow a damn thing. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Man. What up, bro? Shout out to my boy Laz, man. Oh man.
Sounds good. Hey, I think we're up to the end of pretty much the show, I would say. It's a pretty slow news week, day. Just to take a laugh, CoinMarket Craps obviously lost all the email addresses.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
And CZ has basically come out and denied.
Yeah. I saw that tweet. That shit was funny.
I think this is also a little bit of cybersecurity advice as well. If you please use something, I use something at least called Have You Been Pawned? I don't know if you've heard about it. So if you put your email address in there, just the ones that you use, you can see which organization has lost data on that email address.
Oh, I forgot about that site.
Yeah. So it's pretty good. So as soon as they detect something, they send you an email just to say, hey, your email has been pawned. So someone's obviously got your email address. So then it's up to you if you want to keep using it, or it's, just have, you're going to get incoming spams and scams and all that shit because that's what they do with those, right?
Yep.
I know my email has been hacked and sacked multiple times. I mean, it just happens, because in this world, there's really no way. Once some third party gets your data, there's no way for you to protect it. Jesus Christ, there's no way for you to protect it, and that's just the problem.
Nope. That's it. No, sounds good. Thank you, 97 of you in the chats. Thanks for hanging out with us. As D is saying, he'll probably say this with the golden mic next week. Like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. Follow us on Twitter, and also, I think so. The next stream is the Singaporean stream on Thursday night, local time for us in Asia, and I think it's morning in the US. So if you're on the West Coast, it's like 6 a.m. or something, which is no different from today's show. And if you're on the East Coast, it's 9 a.m. But yeah, just come and hang out with us. I try my best to speak English. You know, we do what we can as we do, and try and onboard this side of the world, and so that Richard can't tell us that we're not doing our job.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
That was so funny, man. That was so funny.
Yep.
Oh, so look, just before we leave, I want you guys to know that email address that I use that's been everywhere and in all kinds of hacks is on the coin market cap list per that website, haveibeenpawned.com, and that's pawned with no A.
There you go. So you confirmed that
Yep.
CZ is lying.
Correct. Pretty much.
Yep. Spot on.
100%.
There you go. We just did it live.
100%.
Yep.
Easy peasy,
Good
lemon
stuff.
squeezy.
Emails aren't safer.
Nope.
Yeah, there you go.
They're not.
You just gave me some ideas, Papa. I might just do a little short animation next week or something. I'll think
Oh
about that.
yeah, I like your stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, let's we'll keep that for next week. But yeah, no, all good. Thank you, chat. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
I'll see you on
Arigato
the next one.
gozaimashita.
So, thank you for hanging with us.
Peace,
Smash
guys.
the
Thank you for
like.
hanging.
Peace. Have a good one.
HexAsians is a proud member of the Discourse Syndicate Network.
We got a lot of opportunity out there. I mean, when's the last time you saw an Asian Hexican? There's very few, but that's a huge part of the world with billions of people. HexAsians, nice.